You're listening to the Media Man Dan podcast, your place for music, movies, news, reviews, and interviews. Welcome to the show. Get ready to rock. Let's rock!
I put you down because your scene means nothing to me. Breaking apart with nowhere left to go. It's hard to breathe, I'm buried in concrete. Thinking you're smart, God, with all body gone. Not even fair. So try to explain what you became, always acting insane. If that's the case, pull the trucks down the train. There's the lies. Sit up and stare and watch me burn this city down.
What's up, guys, and welcome to the Media Man Dan podcast. Today, I am joined by the incredible band Ancira. What is up, guys?
What's up, man? Thanks for having us.
Thanks for inviting us over. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Anytime you guys want to come to my theater, I always have it open. I just have to take the main screen. All right. If you guys wanted to say each of your names, just so we can have the audience get to know you.
Sure. I'm Drew. I'm lead vocalist.
Justin, guitarist.
Jimmy, drummer.
Awesome. The easiest question for every single interview. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Doing great.
We're good.
How are you doing, Dan?
Very good. Very good. How long have you guys been making music?
Individually or as a band?
We could do individual or as a band.
Well, me personally, I've been playing. I started on guitar. I've been playing since I was like 8. As a band, I started the basic project before COVID happened. I wrote All That We Know, and COVID kind of messed everything up. And so it kind of derailed the project. And last March, so we're like at a year, is when I started it up again. And I started writing some songs again and looking for members, potentials. And so as far as us together, I think, Jimmy, was it September?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So September of last year.
September of 2022. Very recent.
Yeah.
Awesome. But you said you've been playing guitar since you were 8 years old. How about singing?
Singing, same thing. I didn't get serious about singing until I was probably 14. I was always like humming and singing to like my favorite bands when I was a kid, like Smashing Pumpkins and Blink and Green Day and all that. So, I mean, I've been singing since I was a kid as well, but seriously, and like started looking at like the science of it, probably like around 14, 15.
14, 15. That's excellent. That's a great time because it's right after the voice changes. So you can play with your range a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely.
And how about you guys? How long have you been playing your instruments?
I've been playing probably for about 16, maybe 17 years as well, playing guitar. Yeah, but I started on trumpet. Actually, I was a trumpet player before I got into guitar.
Oh,
yeah, I played trumpet.
How did that transition go?
Pretty natural. I just always wanted to play guitar. Was self-taught. Didn't like really learn much until later on. You know, that was before YouTube got real big and famous. The transition was pretty good though. I did enjoy playing trumpet because it was nice to play like in the band like that kind of setting, which gave me a lot of I would say it definitely gave me more of an insight into like the orchestra type of band and like helping with that kind of stuff too. So I love that. Yeah,
and it has a lot of the same structure live, both of the like brass section and a loud rock concert. You're both going to get very, very loud music.
Oh yeah. So that was a good transition. It was fun.
Awesome.
We're gonna put some trumpet in one of our breakdowns in a new song.
Dude, we could put trumpets in a song at maybe not a breakdown, but somewhere. There's always a place we could find it. We are not a ska band. We're definitely never going to be a ska band.
Hey, the first band I ever heard in my life was Chicago, and they are known as the band with horns. So you guys are in the right place there.
That's true.
All right. And for the drummer here, how long have you been
Oh,
playing drums?
drums since I was 14, so that's about 14 years.
14 years. Amazing.
Yeah.
You guys have time, talent, and you finally got it together and made something magical back last year. 4 songs already out. I can say I've listened to all of the songs at least 8 times, at least. I told Drew before, I said, guys, this is a problem. Like everything sounds perfect. You got to mess up more often. Like there's nothing to look forward to because it's just too perfect already. I'm kidding. But I loved it. I loved every single second. I love the acoustic version of can't remember the name of that track, but it's so good.
11:59.
Yeah.
11:59. That's it.
That was a funny one. We didn't. Justin, how long did it take for us to do that version? Like 2 hours.
Yeah, we wrote it so quick, but it was
We
fun.
didn't even have a plan. We just we got an idea last minute, and there was some time in between Hysteria and 11:59. I ran out of like social media stuff to feed our fans, and I figured why not? That's an easy song to do an acoustic version, and it kind of just came together. It was fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun doing that one. We just kind of switched the key signature on that and just kind of added some strings and whatnot and had fun with it. And it happened really fast, like you said, naturally. And Steven was a big part of that, as well.
Yeah, the loser that's not here with us.
Yeah, I know, right?
So
he's actually doing sound for a show tonight for one of his buddies.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And he plays guitar as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he's the main producer. Like we use his setup to record everything.
I would say we all have like a hand in the essential production of the music, but Steven is for sure, he's the engineer. He's the one that puts it all together and makes everything happen. So yeah, he's the guy.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
I am happy to meet him one day because he is the man that is making everything sound so perfect, and I have to criticize him then because once again, it's too perfect. This is not fair. How can you be a critic when music sounds this good?
That's much appreciated. That feels great, Dan. Thank you.
Absolutely. And you guys deserve it, definitely. My biggest question for each of you, who inspired you to play or sing?
One of you should go first.
You want to go, Jimmy?
Yeah, I'll take it. Gosh, to play, so like it's changed like every like 4 years for me, but originally I grew up, I mean, from a baby listening to my dad's favorite band is Rush. So once I got into drums, of course, Neil Peart. From there it was Mike Portner from Dream Theater, Ray Luzier, Korn's current drummer, Chris Adler, Lamb of God, and currently guys like Matt Halpern from Periphery, Matt Garska from Animals as Leaders, and progressive stuff like that.
Amazing. You went from Neil Peart to progressive metal. And even though that's technically prog rock to prog metal, that's just a perfect transition. And your dad got into Rush. What was the song that really struck you the first time?
Spirit of Radio.
Spirit of the Radio. Nice. I really am bad when it comes to Rush. I actually need to binge their entire discography, and then I can remember more songs than just like Tom Sawyer.
Oh yeah.
But for right now, I can say that I appreciate them as a band, and I completely understand all of the people that are percussionists that focus on Neil Peart's insane talent.
I would say for myself, when I first got bit by the bug to want to play guitar, I was probably just a little kid, like 8. This is before I even picked up the guitar. I remember being in the backseat of the car with my mom and my brother, driving on the freeway, laying down in the backseat, half asleep. The radio's on, Guns N' Roses comes on, Sweet Child of Mine, hearing the beginning of that solo, then when it just kicks off and Slash starts playing, I perked up and I just jumped up and asked my mom, what is that? She said, that's the guitar. And I knew from that moment, that's what I wanted to play. And so that was my first like real, like I said, desire to play guitar. But I mean, Smashing Pumpkins, when I was a little kid, I remember hearing them on the radio a lot, loving Smashing Pumpkins, the CDs. Blink-182 is a huge influence as a kid growing up. Then, of course, like System of a Down, you have Slipknot, all those new metal bands, Korn, huge influences growing up. That was like in my formative years, of course. Then of course I love Motley Crue, any of like the 80s stuff. I love like that hard rock 80s, Wasp, any of that 90s as well. And then of course like modern stuff. I grew up listening to like Devil Wears Prada, who else? Bring Me the Horizon in their like early days. I always loved their music too. Uh of Mice and Men, and just the list goes on and on. So there's so many influences.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So what really sparked it was I forgot the first band you said.
Sweet Child of Mine, the solo from that was
That's
the
it.
one
Guns
that's
N'
what made me
Roses.
want to pick up the guitar. Yeah.
And you know the story behind how that riff came into be?
Weren't they just jamming out and like goofing around and kind of wanted to like just fuck around with Axel and see if he liked it, and he ended up like wanting to play it or something?
Yeah, Slash was just like playing the riff just to like warm up to get ready for whatever they were gonna play, and he's like, wait, that sounds perfect.
Yeah. It was the solo that got me though. It wasn't that riff, but it was mainly the solo when I was a kid. But it is a good riff.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I saw a YouTube
Yeah.
video where they made that song in like a day or two, like really, really fast.
Not
Crazy too.
surprised.
It's
Yeah.
funny how like it seems like the best songs, like even like me personally, whenever I'm writing, it's always the ones that just happen right away. You write a
Spontaneously.
song in
Yeah.
like 2 hours, and it's like way better than anything that you just delve into for 20 hours. It's a very odd thing. It's an awesome feeling though.
Yeah. Oh, and lyrically for sure. Like I was hugely inspired by The Doors growing up too. I loved Jim Morrison's writing. That was a huge influence as far as like lyricists and vocals and all that too.
Nice. And do you help write songs for the band as well?
Yeah, we all have our part. Drew's like he'll usually typically come up with like an idea and toss it to all the rest of us. And then Steven will really digest it mostly. Then Jimmy and I will kind of have our parts and throw it in on it, and Jimmy will like break down the drums as well too. So we all do have our part in it.
Definitely a collective thing. One of us will get a basic idea, and the song will end up being something that sounds completely different after we're all in the same room. And like Justin said, we digest it a little bit, pull it apart. So we try to, no matter who comes up with the initial idea, like that doesn't matter. That's just something to build off of, and then everyone makes it their own. And again, we've only been playing together since September, so who knows how the writing process is going to be in 2 years. It's exciting.
Hey, but it's nice that you have a combination of everybody's personality, everyone's personal touch on what they would hear in the music. You're putting it all into one song, and you're probably conversing with each other like, I would like to do this part. And of course, you're going to add percussion that's going to sound epic, and guitar lines that are going to sound epic, and extra vocals. Like everything is just so solid as it is. And it's just going to keep getting better the more that you guys communicate and work with each other to make the best song every song.
Agreed.
As for you, Drew,
Mhm.
who was your biggest inspiration?
I'm glad that I was last, because I had to think about that for a minute. Although Justin's like, I know the exact moment. So I would say it's between two things. I know that my brother-in-law, he had this like cream colored Fender Stratocaster, and he would blast Metallica all day, every day. And I mean, coming from what I was listening to as a child before hearing that, I was into like Depeche Mode and The Cure.
Good
My
stuff.
dad loved the Beach Boys. Like that was the kind of stuff that I heard at my house all the time. And then Metallica came on the radio for the first time, and my ears just perked up, and I was like, what is this? And I think it was the song One. And my brother-in-law was an amazing guitarist. He obviously still is. But he taught me that opening riff from One, and then he taught me the solo, and I would hear that 24/7 because he was living with us at the time. So it was that, and then Van Halen, of course. Guitar wise, those were my inspirations to start. And then as I went through, I got into like the pop punk phase. I got into No Effects a lot, the Ataris, and that kind of went into more of the screamo hardcore, post-hardcore phase, like when Under Oath came out and Finch. Vocally, I think that's when I had an idea of how I wanted to project my vocals at that point. Aaron Gillespie is an amazing vocalist. Spencer, their screamer, I always wondered how the heck he makes those tones come out of his skinny ass little body. And then Nate Barklow from Finch, I loved his vocals. I still do. I'll still listen to Finch even, what is it, 20 years ago? What It Is to Burn came out or something like that.
2003.
I was gonna say
super old.
What It Is to Burn was recommended to me by somebody who actually got me into Linkin Park, I think, as well. And we actually saw Linkin Park before, unfortunately, Chester's passing. But for Finch, I got hooked on that album first because that was the first one I downloaded on iTunes, and I didn't stop listening to it. I was like, this is so good, but I wanted to know like the song at the end that like has like a 5 minute like ending period. And like it doesn't end right away. It just keeps going. I'm like, why did they make this song so long? But most recently I went to a concert to see Envision, and one of the bands, I think Silver Tongue, covered What It Is to Burn.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah, and I didn't record that.
I would love to cover that song one day. Maybe we will. I don't know. He's definitely an inspiration with my screams. I honestly just started screaming in the last 6 months. I haven't screamed before that. I never could get the tone that I wanted. And for some reason, when I got together with Jimmy, Justin, and Steven, and like the music that we were writing, I was just like, man, we really need to put some freaking screams in here. And things are starting to click really well with that now. But and then recently, have you listened to Dayseeker?
Yes,
they're good, Brad.
Dude, I'm like in love with that band right now. His vocals are very, very poppy at points, and then he just gets dirty as hell with his growls. I really love Dayseeker, so they're huge right now. Bad Omens is a huge inspiration right now. A Day to Remember is always a favorite of mine as well. Like Justin said, I could probably continue this list for an hour. So I'll leave it there. Wait, I'll say one more. Pierce the Veil. Their dynamics are huge, and they will always be huge in my inspiration in writing, just because they change so much in their songs.
Such a good band.
Yeah.
They were incredibly really underrated. There's a lot that goes into making what they do so magical.
Yeah, I agree.
Now I want to ask, it's a really simple thing. With all of those artists that you guys listed, have you seen any of them live?
I've seen so many bands. Beartooth was amazing when I saw them last April or March or whatever it was. Come on, Jimmy, tell them about yours.
Like I've seen Periphery and Animals Leaders, I think 4 times each. I just saw Lamb of God with I forgot the other 2 bands, but they were at the YouTube Theater. Seen Dream Theater twice. So I never got to see Rush. This is actually like part of like COVID plus Rush never playing again after Neil. I went to concerts maybe 1 a year. Justin and I, we saw the same tours, Bad Omens and Dayseeker, like Drew mentioned. Make them suffer.
I'm going to that Bad Omens concert over here in May. The only band that I have not seen on my list is Smashing Pumpkins, which hopefully I should be able to get a chance to do that now that they just came out with another 30-song album.
Yeah, that would be great to see. I would love to see them too. Oh yeah.
What about you, Dan? You get out much to shows?
Yeah, definitely. I saw about 40 concerts in my lifetime so far, and I've been going down my bucket list. So it's been a mix of like pop artists, country artists, rock artists, metal artists. I was so lucky to get For Today at their farewell tour.
That's a great band. I saw them as well back in like 2015 with Motionless in White. They're so good.
You saw them with Motionless?
Motionless and Ice Nine Kills at the Chain Reaction in Anaheim.
Oh my God.
Yeah, dude.
Chain Reaction. That's awesome.
Yeah.
What a lineup.
Such a great show. Oh, and New Year's Day was there too.
Oh my gosh. That's one hell of a show.
It really was.
Yeah, we had Silent Planet, Norma Jean, and what was the other one? My Epic.
Those are 2 great bands right there too.
Yeah. Except for the sound guy forgot that we were at a metal show and he was like, who needs to test the microphone beforehand? Let's just let them play and see how horrible this sounds. So Norma Jean, we were all like,
Oh no. Norma Jean is like the worst band to do that with too.
yeah. Thank God though they fixed it when For Today came out because they did do a sound check before they started.
That's terrible.
Definitely.
I will never play a show like that. Like if they are not willing to like test mics at least, I'll walk off the stage.
Yeah, that happens at rap shows. I've seen a couple rappers. Most recently, I saw an artist named Token. He's really young, and he's probably going to be in that Eminem category in the future because the dude's got insanely good freestyle flows. But
Really?
my
I'll check that out.
favorite artists I've seen live, and it's my favorite band, is Red. I have no idea if they're using a backing track. A lot of people have criticized that he can't sound that good live. And I'm like, I was in the room with him. I'm pretty sure that was him. I could be wrong, but whatever I heard was amazing. I was very impressed. And I've
As
loved
long
their
as you
sound.
had a good time, right?
I never
Yeah.
heard of Red.
You've never heard of Red?
No.
If you mix Breaking Benjamin, an orchestra, and Linkin Park's Hybrid Theory, that's Red.
That sounds like a good mix.
Yeah, that was their first album, at least. That's what they sounded like. But Of Beauty and Rage was like their most experimental, and Gone, both of them. But Of Beauty and
Yeah.
Rage was their darkest album. And it was really, really cool with the mixing and stuff like that. I was hoping to see some strings live, but they didn't do that until I think last year. They recorded with strings so that everybody could see it.
For sure. I'll check them out.
Yeah, almost every album has strings on it as well.
Have any of you guys seen this band? One other band I really want to see live that I haven't got to see yet is Limp Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit.
Dude, they're good. I love Limp Bizkit. Especially, Significant Other and Chocolate Starfish. Amazing albums.
I just listened to their new album on the way over to South Carolina.
It's good.
Jimmy mentioned something about him at our last
good album.
shoot.
Yeah.
It was interesting. It wasn't bad, but I haven't heard anything from Limp Bizkit like new in so many years. I didn't really know what to expect, but Wes is still Wes. That guy's a ridiculous guitarist.
One of my buddies said that was one of the most fun concerts he's ever been to in his life, and he's seen a lot of bands.
Did you
But
see who
Limp
they were
Bizkit, yeah.
touring with a couple years ago?
No, who?
Spirit Box.
No way. That's cool.
Yeah, I think it was last year, or maybe 2 years ago. So good. So good. I didn't get to see it, unfortunately. They came to Chicago. Like I said, I'm not a big city guy, but any band that comes like closer to me, I'm there in an instant. Red played the same place where I saw the rapper, and I was like, I should have gone to see him there. But
hold up though. Like, are you saying that if we go on tour and we play in Chicago that you're not going to come see us?
This is different situation. It's you guys. See, this
All
is
right,
the big
Dan.
thing.
I'm going to hold you to that. This isn't recorded, right?
This is recorded. This is on record. I do
All
not
right.
I do not take this back. If you guys come, please don't go to the bottom lounge. That's where they don't know how to do sound mixing. But if you guys come, then yeah, I'll be there.
Alright.
I'll be there.
Bottom
Concord
Lounge is a
Music Hall.
no-go then.
It's probably great. I cannot trust their sound is going to be good if For Today
Okay.
did not get the best. Yeah.
When was that?
That was
When
2016.
did they break up? Oh, yeah. They broke up that long ago?
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
My brother's a huge football fan, and I know there's a Raiders football player that used to talk about them all the time. I guess the singer from For Today was friends with one of the players from the Raiders, I guess. And
Oh,
you're just talking about like that, like not too long ago, about how they're friends and all that. It was
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Maddie Montgomery is one of my favorite screaming vocalists of all time. Like, he is literally just insanely good with his enunciation. And that's what I focused on when I started learning how to scream through Bullet for My Valentine and stuff.
Yeah.
I would always be like, how does he do that with a low tone? And that's just his voice. He's just that good. But now he's been a preacher since For Today finished. And he only came back once, and that was for the Kyle Pavone tribute when he passed away from We Came as Romans.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. That was kind of a while back too.
Yeah, it was like 2018.
2018, yeah, around there. They're a
maybe
good band too.
2019. Yeah.
I also got to see them too.
Oh, nice. You guys definitely have a lot more experience with metal, and I really wish that I did as well, but I got so comfortable with like, this is my top 40. This is the only ones I can possibly see and be like, I need to see them. And the other ones are like, I'll get the DVDs of them or something like that. Like Ice Nine
Dude,
Kills, I need to
yeah.
see them now. I now know that I need to see them.
They're
Warped
crazy.
Tour, that was the thing back then.
Yeah.
Warped Tour had everybody playing. So fun.
I wish that I liked
Are they
festivals.
do they do that anymore? Warped Tour?
No, they haven't done that in years, dude. I think the last one might have been 2018,
Yeah.
Yeah, I went
2017.
Have you guys ever been to Lollapalooza?
No, isn't that a Chicago?
Yeah.
That's a Chicago festival. Yeah.
Chicago. I think they did it in Mexico too. But
Hmm.
or not Mexico, Brazil or something like that. But
I saw the Limp Bizkit performance of that recently.
how was it?
It was actually a really good show. That's when their new album came out and like Fred Durst came on that whole dad outfit. They killed it. It was pretty good. Wes Borland, of course, is always great at what he does. And yeah, it was a good comeback show. So that was kind of cool. But I never been to Lollapalooza, but that was the only show I've seen on YouTube.
Nice.
Fred is dressing up like that old man with
Dude,
everything that he does with the band right now. Cause like I went to their Spotify and it was him in that funny outfit.
he's smart. He knows what he's doing.
I saw a meme the other day where it
Yeah.
had like a picture of Fred and a picture of Wes, and it was like, I don't remember the exact wording, but it was the basic idea was like when we're talking about how weird it is to dress like an old man, and then we look over at Wes and we don't say anything anymore, we have problems.
That's funny.
That's true. That's true.
Speaking of Limp Bizkit, it's been constantly coming up on my feed on YouTube because Alex Hefner and Finn McKenty have both been covering him. So I follow both those channels religiously.
I haven't heard the first guy, but Finn McKenty, I follow that guy as well.
Yeah.
He's cool. I love
Hell
that dude.
yeah, brother.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, that was funny. I was actually in Washington back in 2021 for about 3 weeks. And I know he's out there. I was in Olympia. I went to Seattle and Olympia. I so badly like wanted to hit him like, hey dude, what's up? Let's go out for lunch or something. But I just didn't want to do it because I'm like, I'm nobody at the time. I don't want to just reach out to this guy who's already on YouTube and all that to say, hey, let's have dinner.
Yeah.
I was in his city, so it was so cool. Like, Olympia. I don't like Olympia, but Seattle was cool.
My friend who lives near Seattle, he saw his friend saw Finn McKenty just chilling at a Starbucks once. And I was like, damn it, dude. The
I would've
odds of
said
that
hi.
happening. Yeah, you just walk in and be like, that's Finn McKenty.
I'd have been like, dude, let me buy you a fucking macchiato.
That's right. That's right.
Something.
But let's
Yeah.
go back to I was gonna say Lollapalooza. My first concert ever was Eminem, and I saw him at Lolla.
That was
speaking
your first show?
Yes.
Dude,
That's
speaking
a
of
heck of a
Man.
first show.
that is, and speaking of Eminem, I still have an original t-shirt from the Eminem show. When that
No way.
album came out, I still have it. Yeah. I
Like
still
not
have
the
it.
anniversary one that just released, but the original.
Original from back then, yeah.
Oh my god. Is it a
You
mint
need to wear
condition?
that in the next photo shoot.
No,
Yeah.
it's not, I have to look for it. It's in my closet somewhere, but it's not in mint condition. It's faded, been from being washed and dried over the years, but I haven't worn it in years, but I still have it, so I have to check it out and see if I can find it.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like Jimmy hasn't talked for a while, so I'm just gonna see. Hey Jimmy,
Yeah.
are you still alive?
I am.
That's good, man.
Speaking of Eminem, I haven't seen Eminem, but one time when I was seeing Korn, I didn't know who this guy was, but Yellow Wolf opened for him, and holy crap, he is so good live.
Super exciting.
Yeah.
Eminem signed him
Yeah.
in 2012. Or no, 2000.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, he made
Oh.
Radioactive, which is not the song by Imagine Dragons. And that like really blew him up to be mainstream, but then he went a little bit more southern rock with his style, and it mixed all together, and now he's doing his own thing, and he doesn't really even need Shady's record label to be on his stuff to get views. So I'm happy to hear that he's amazing live, because he is definitely a very talented artist.
That's cool. I don't know you saw him, Jimmy.
What's that?
I don't know you saw that guy. That's cool.
Yeah, no, it was really good. And then what's it called? This is a good week too. I'm seeing Kansas with my dad on Friday, and then Periphery on Sunday.
This week?
This week, yeah.
Oh wow, that is
Where are
good.
they playing on Sunday?
Soma, San Diego, with Under
Oh
Oath.
my gosh.
With Under Oath?
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's
That's
gonna be
gonna be a great
insane.
show.
Yeah. All right. My next question is, what is your goal by the end of the year for your music?
Our goal all year is a new single every 6 weeks. So I would say if we can do that throughout the entire year, I will feel pretty good. And hopefully a small West Coast tour in the summer.
Yeah.
So
The
we're
steady
excited about that.
uploads. I mean,
Oh yeah.
consistent uploads. That's what everybody
Mhm.
says in order to make it big these days. You have to be consistent. So having a
Oh, you
goal
do.
of every 6 weeks, it's good as long as you have it preset. As long as you're not like, all right, guys, it's 6 weeks. What do we got? What do we got?
Oh no, dude. Yeah, we're ahead. We're ahead of all that. So I think we're solid for the next like 2-3 songs, right, Drew?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've been pretty consistent with 2 to 3 songs ahead of schedule. And it's kind of nice because like we can write the song and then we can listen to it for a solid month and try and think of any tweaks that we want to do or different ideas.
Mhm.
So the system that we have going right now seems to be working. But again, this is all very new. We got a lot to learn. Things have been looking promising, and it's people like you, Dan, that's making this thing a reality. So I really appreciate it, man.
Yeah. Happy to help you guys, man.
Man, at the end of the year, I was thinking more like private jet and a Grammy.
Yeah, let's go
That's
for
why we have Jimmy. He needs to keep us in check.
it. Yeah.
We're shooting for stars here. No small
Expectations,
tours.
raise them, keep them high.
Maybe
Double
maybe
decker buses.
we'll get some music videos in, maybe one or two, and that could potentially bring our audience to another level as well.
Oh yeah, dude, that would be nice. A music video.
Definitely. Also, I was going to say, if you guys ever needed a reaction, I'm totally down to do it. And I'll share it with all my friends that also make reactions.
Dude, that would be amazing.
Happy to help
Yeah,
in any way.
we would love that.
All right. My next question, and I think I just got it answered. Who is the funniest member?
I don't know. Maybe Jimmy. Steven cracks a lot of jokes too, though.
No,
He's not here.
Steven is
unfortunately.
hilarious.
He
Steven's
is.
pretty funny.
He is
So-
a funny dude.
To be determined until Steven shows up for the next
Yeah.
one. All right.
Yeah, I say, yeah, we'll give him a little segment. How much time should we give him? Like a little 10-minute segment. Make us laugh, Steven. He'll probably you just got to look at his face and you just immediately start laughing. Just kidding. I love you, Steven. That's what you get for not being here.
What else? You should be here.
That's great. All right. Speaking of comedy, do you guys have any favorite comedy movies or comedians?
Oh, dude, I love comedy. That's outside
Orange
of music.
County.
I love comedy. I love comedy. Like I literally just watched the Cheech and Chong movie with my brother last night, I think it was, and my it was such a good time. So that, and I just watched the new Burt show, the Razzle Dazzle on Netflix. I watched the that new Marlon Wayne one on HBO Max. Is it Marlon Wayne? Yeah. Dude, I watch comedy all the time, so I can keep going on and on and on about it. What about you guys?
More on the comedian side of things.
Yeah.
I mean, forever Louis C.K. has been my favorite. I saw him live last year in
That
Anaheim.
guy's so funny.
Yeah,
He's
Tom
outrageous.
Segura is a close second.
Yeah.
Tom Segura is good too. Absolutely. Bill
Dave
Burr.
Bill
Burr's
Burr.
That
Yeah.
guy-
Dave
he's
Chappelle
such
had
an a-hole.
Dave Chappelle had a
love
funny
it.
thing where Dave Chappelle said that all musicians want to be comedians and all comedians want to be musicians. And I think he's couldn't be truer about that statement.
Dave Chappelle is barely ever wrong, so that makes
Yeah.
complete sense. My favorite comedian overall is George Carlin, but
Classic.
modern comedians, I love dark humor from Anthony Jeselnik, and I love blunt humor from Bill Burr. Definitely.
Bill Burr's great.
That
Oh, yeah.
Anthony guy, he's really funny. I watched one video of his. Now that you say that, I gotta go watch more. That guy's funny.
Yeah, his delivery. My fiance also likes dark humor. I didn't know that until I threw one of his things on, and I was like, I hope this doesn't offend you. She was laughing her ass off. I was like, yes, I know
You
what kind
could
of
not
humor.
get more offensive than that guy, dude.
Oh yeah, he goes morbid as hell in just a couple of seconds. You're like, why? Why would you go that
Yeah,
dark? And he
It's
doesn't care.
bad.
I love dark humor as well. So
Oh
yeah,
man, you're
I
making
feel
me
you on that.
cry.
Dude, Bo Burnham is another one I love too. When you get
Bo
like
Burnham.
musical comedy, Bo Burnham is great.
Did you
I've
see
been a
his
huge fan of him too.
criticism of country music?
Is that the one where he does like the country song and he's just like singing about
Yeah,
pandering and all that?
yeah, pandering.
Yeah. Yeah, I did see that. That's
I showed
classic.
that to all my friends that love country music, and they're like, "Yep, he's spot on."
Oh yeah. Bo Burnham is great. Fuck, who else? There's so many good ones out there. Bill Burr is a great one that you mentioned. And who else did I? Theo
Pablo
Vaughn.
Francisco always makes me laugh. That
Yeah,
guy's
Theo
funny.
Theo Vaughn. I love watching his videos as well.
Do you watch Stephen He?
Stephen He.
Yeah,
I never heard of that guy.
he's the one that does emotional damage.
I've seen that video, but I've never watched his videos.
You gotta watch him. He's pretty funny.
I'll check him out.
All right. Now here's the biggest question overall. My favorite show that's committed to comedy in every way from the beginning of time is South Park. What do you guys think of South Park?
I love it.
Yep.
My wife loves South Park. I'm more of like a Family Guy, Rick and Morty.
I love
I
those shows as
like.
well.
I love.
I love those
Don't get
shows.
me
Yeah.
wrong. South Park has its moments, but there's something in the style, and people are probably going to hate our band now that I'm saying this. I don't know. It's just more of a Family Guy, Rick and Morty.
No, dude, Rick and Morty is witty. It's really witty. I love Rick and Morty.
Yeah, I can
Family Guy's
agree.
great too.
Rick and Morty is hilarious. Have you ever seen Cartoon Wars from South Park where they make fun of Family Guy?
No, I haven't.
I don't think I have.
You gotta watch that if you love Family Guy. You're gonna be
I
like,
will.
holy shit.
I will do that tonight.
It's a banned episode. They cannot play it on TV because I think they showed Muhammad or something like that.
Oh, it's
Oh
one of
my
those.
gosh.
That was the whole thing, is that
Yeah.
Cartman gets upset with Family Guy. Upset for showing Muhammad. He's like, how could they be so insensitive about this?
Terrible.
And so they team up with the Simpsons people to cancel Family Guy. It's hilarious. Like literally some of the greatest jokes. And I can't believe that one got banned. But regardless, that's good. Unanimously, you guys enjoy most of South Park, except for Drew here, who's totally Family Guy.
I like all the above, but yeah.
And I love Rick and Morty. I think
Oh, yeah.
it sucks what happened with the main creator, but I'm going to see if they're going to have a new voice actor that comes in and plays that exact same thing, like they did with the most recent Hotel Transylvania movie. They had a YouTuber take place of Adam Sandler. Pretty crazy.
Wait, what happened with that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think he just couldn't make it, or maybe he just didn't have interest in it or something.
Okay.
Did he try to sound like Adam Sandler?
The new YouTuber, the YouTuber that did the voice of Adam Sandler. Yes, he used the voice that Adam Sandler was using as Dracula.
That's cool.
Yeah, he did really well. I was convinced.
That's what matters.
Definitely.
Right.
Do you have any hidden talents?
I'm a
don't know.
carpenter. I don't really know.
Did you say you're a
So-
carpenter?
Yeah, like I can build things.
I can build things like
Yeah.
warehouses.
Sure. Yeah, I'll build you.
Dude, I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah. He's not gonna split.
Bleep. Dan, did you see Jimmy's one-handed clap?
No. All right, new directions.
That works. That's totally fine right there.
That's perfect. Yes. All right. So, hidden talents, because I missed every single one of them.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You got what Drew was saying about the carpentry, right?
I got carpentry. That's
Build
it.
Stuff. Jimmy.
Oh, me.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, been into, and yeah, not super hidden, but been into fitness for a long time. Was a personal trainer back in the day. I could do that. I'm into motorcycles. I could drive and ride bikes pretty fast. Pretty good at games, pretty good Call of Duty and Smash Bros. I guess that's slightly hidden. Um, and then the most hidden talent, one-handed clap.
That was
There
so
you go.
fast I didn't even see anything. Are you like, how are you even doing?
He's using the berry from the Flash.
That is.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, Justin, what's your hidden talent?
Oh man. Shit. I don't really have hidden talents, I guess. I mentioned I used to play trumpet.
Mhm.
I could pick it up again. I just haven't done it in a long time, but I remember how to play it. Uh, I used to act. I was taking acting classes actually growing up a lot too. So
Oh,
yeah, I was
hey,
yeah.
that is not something you would know.
That is there that and yeah, I play video games as well, and I love to skate.
You love to
Yeah.
skate. Skateboard?
Yeah. More rollerblading, but I do have a skateboard as well, so I do both, but I like rollerblading more. But yeah,
Rollerblading.
both. I
So
do both.
here's what's gonna happen. I promise you guys, I will come and see you in Chicago if you guys follow me to the best roller rink near my house.
You
Fair
have
enough.
some over there?
Yeah, it's wooden, it's old fashioned. I think it's been around since like the good old disco days, and it's got a disco ball and everything.
Jimmy can't rollerblade.
He can't rollerblade.
Can you, Jimmy?
Can you roller skate?
I can roller skate. I think I'm resilient enough to fall and be fine. My only worry would be like if we're out there, it's in the middle of tour probably. I'm like, man, I want to break my wrist
How
for the
about
next night.
What
why
about
don't we
a
just
ring though,
play
dude? Just a
at the
ring.
roller rink?
Oh, that's
There
a
you go.
great
In the
idea.
middle of the ring. Let's play in the middle.
We'll play, and
Yeah.
Justin, you can wear yours on stage.
I am not gonna wear rollerblades on stage. That's dangerous right there.
Wait,
Yeah.
now that I'm thinking of that, you guys should
Yeah.
actually make a music video with rollerbladers or roller skaters around you.
That would be cool. Like around us, yeah, that would be cool. But
Yeah, you guys
not
could be in the
us, yeah.
center. No, that'd be sick, man.
Like the hardest metal song that we'll ever write.
Yes.
Skateboarders and rollerbladers, like aggressive inline skaters, like the ones that are grinding and doing
You're
crazy
damn
shit.
right.
Those
Yes.
guys.
Oh, the
The ones that,
shots you
like,
could get.
Punch each other in the face. Like, what is that sport? Isn't
Isn't
that
Roller
that hockey?
derby?
Dude, that's like roller derby or hockey. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Roller hockey. Holy shit. That would be intense.
Yeah.
Yes. Roller
Those
hockey
guys.
is a blast.
If you guys
But,
can find a
dude,
local team, you could support them. They could support you. That would work.
That was a sport I always wanted to play growing up, was hockey. I played football and baseball, but I never got to play hockey. I always wanted to play ice hockey.
Yeah, I wish I could skate on ice without looking like a ballerina, but I take it nice and slow. I
Dude,
can't
if you-
go too fast.
If you could look like a ballerina, that's even impressive.
I don't do any spins or anything, but I'm very light on my feet. The way that I
Yeah.
rollerblade, I don't even lift my feet. I use my like calf strength and shin strength, whatever you call it.
Dude, you gotta use your core. You
Yeah.
gotta use the core.
And it's more fun that way because you have more control. You never feel like, oh man, I'm gonna lose it if I lift my leg, especially on ice. Holy shit, when you hit the little cut and you
Ice
don't
is
know
harder.
it's coming, and you like
Mhm.
slide off, you're like, oh damn.
Yeah, dude, that's way more difficult than rollerblading. When I went from rollerblading to ice, I was struggling to stand. So I know what you mean.
Oh yeah. It breaks your ankles immediately because you have to like
Yeah.
really, really push on it to get into
That
the
would-
ice. It's crazy.
It's way different.
the
Oh.
strength that hockey players have in their legs and ankles, dude.
Yeah, they're a beast. They're a beast. Another animal.
Just imagine how fast they would be without pads.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Like just skating for fun. Like holy shit.
They'd have broken bones and teeth.
Oh,
Mhm.
definitely. It's one of the most violent sports as it is. And just, yeah, watching people constantly collide because there's no real stopping. It's just constant movement. That's one of my favorite things. I've always loved hockey, but right now I'm very upset with the Blackhawks because they traded Kane away, and that's been my favorite player for more than 10 years.
Oh my gosh, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah.
I haven't followed the Blackhawks at all the last year or so.
Hey, I don't blame you. They didn't do anything.
That's super depressing.
It is.
Who did they trade him to?
New York.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's definitely not what we wanted. Well, as the fans, but I guess that the team is okay with it. Taze is the only one left from the Stanley Cup team.
I went and saw them in Chicago 4 years ago.
Nice.
That was awesome.
Dude, you went to
I've
Chicago?
never. Yeah, my dad's
go.
from Chicago, so I try and go over there. Like I like the sports in Chicago a lot. I follow them for the most part. But yeah, that was my first hockey game. That was an awesome game.
All right. And with all of the sports talk, this actually goes directly into my next question. So thank you guys for giving the leeway here. What is your favorite food to get at a sports game?
Dodger dog.
Dodger
Like
dog.
Long skinny wieners.
I usually get the vegetarian one just because I don't really like to eat meat like that. But the vegetarian Dodger dog is just, you know what I mean? That's what I go for.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Calm down, Drew.
I'm a child. Okay. I'll admit it.
Yeah. But you know
I
what
wouldn't
though?
said eat meat. It's
Dude.
over.
But you know what though? I love Dodger games because growing up as a teenager, every single year my dad had season tickets. We had 4 season tickets right by the foul pole on the third base in the middle section, and we would go every season. Like every game we would go. So it was so much fun. I had a lot of fun going to Dodger games. And before the season started, we would get invited to like the whole like, like underground, like they had like their whatever, like, pit area and all that. And they had like unlimited Dodger dogs. We just go down there, eat as much as we can and take whatever you want home and all that. And just kind of like hang out there, walk around the entire park. Dude, it was so much fun. So I had a lot of fun and time going to Dodger games growing up. So for me, that's always hits home.
Awesome, man. That's
Yeah.
quite a connection from a wiener
yeah.
dog.
Yeah.
I think Chicago dogs at Wrigley Field have been my favorite so far. I get Chicago dogs like at Dodger Stadium and Petco Park, but it's not the same.
What's the
I don't
difference
have
between a
people
Dodger dog and
yelling
a
at
Chicago
me.
dog?
Chicago has like way too much crap on it. We got like relish, we got peppers, we got mustard, and no ketchup. I think it's just the tomatoes.
A
Fresh.
tomato.
Yeah. Very weird.
They'll yell at you and throw stuff at you if you put ketchup and mustard on your
What?
hot dog.
I live on mustard, ketchup a little bit, but mustard.
Maybe
is
not
so
mustard.
good.
Are you allowed to put mustard on it, Dan?
Oh,
Without
yeah,
getting
yeah.
yelled at?
Yeah,
Okay.
so
It's
I
ketchup.
got a plain hot dog, and of course the people I was with are like, "Are you serious? Like you paid for a plain hot dog?" And I was
What's
like,
wrong
"Hey,
with
maybe
that?
the hot dog is really good." It wasn't. Jimmy, I want to know, what is your favorite food at a sports event?
Yeah. Does it? I don't know if this would count because it's like such a particular thing. At the stadium, there's a place called Storm Stadium next to my house in California, and it's attached to a really good restaurant. So I don't know if the restaurant counts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's at a sporting event.
I mean, it's technically nearby. I mean, we got
What is
Rizzo's
it?
right outside the Wrigley.
Yeah.
Actually, I think we're losing Rizzo's because he left the team.
Damn. No, yeah, but it's not a sporting event. But has anyone noticed how good those hot dogs are that the cart people sell outside of concerts?
Yeah. Street dogs.
God, they're like
I don't know that I've ever gotten one.
they're like my favorite hot dogs.
They're amazing.
They're always bacon wrapped. They always give you the hottest jalapeno ever on the side.
The street dogs, yeah.
Definitely not Chicago
Mhm.
dogs.
That they have a lot of that in like LA, mostly in like Los Angeles,
Mhm.
whatever area.
Outside of conventions and stuff.
Also, like how you had a plain hot dog. That's my philosophy on coffee. How do you know if coffee is good if you don't drink it black? So I drink coffee black to know if it's a good coffee. Same thing, I would say, in that sense.
Which
So
one's your
after
favorite?
You
Uh,
judge.
Pete's. I love Pete's coffee.
Pete's coffee. All right.
Yeah.
I've never really been into it besides caramel macchiatos from Starbucks, so I could try Pete's coffee. Maybe that'll change me up.
See, like when you have that, you're just having coffee with sugar. You're just drinking sugar, essentially. That's what you're tasting. And you can have the worst coffee in the world, but you're just tasting sugar and creamers. You're not tasting what the coffee actually is. So you don't know if you taste the coffee bland by itself, you'll know shit coffee from good coffee. Try it.
I am in the presence of a coffee connoisseur. This is amazing. You do have another hidden talent, knowing way too much about coffee flavors. That's amazing.
And tea. I'm a big tea drinker as well.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm terrible with tea. I only have it from like jugs and then I put it in the microwave.
Oh no, yeah.
Justin's gonna leave.
I piss off the UK
Outta here.
people all the
I'm
time.
out. So, Justin, when you find a good coffee, do you ever put sugar or cream in it, or do you always do black coffee regardless?
I prefer to have it black. Sometimes I'll put like a little bit of creamer, or like almond milk or coconut milk, something like that. But typically, like that's I only do that if I make like a, because I have an espresso machine. So if I do like like a macchiato type of thing or cappuccino, yeah, I'll put like the almond milk or coconut milk. But typically, I'll just have it plain. That's how I like it. But I drink more tea, to be honest. But I
You're
do
a
like,
real man.
yeah.
I
guess-
used to be that.
Like I said, drink coffee black, and you'll start to try different ones, and you'll know good coffee from shit coffee. Ubana or Ubana, whatever that's called, is absolutely garbage. Starbucks coffee, if you actually drink the plain coffee, I don't like it. Honestly, I like McDonald's coffee plain better than Starbucks coffee.
That's crazy.
Dude,
Trigger
you,
warning.
you need to make a
But-
coffee tier list and put that on
Oh
YouTube.
yeah, I might.
On the Pete's coffee, specifically the Sumatra blend. If you've tried that, that's like really good.
Yeah, I've
'Cause they
had
have dark and it's decent.
the dark is decent. I have the Major Dickinsons, and there's like a blonde one I have, like a light blend that's really good. I don't know what it's called off the top of my head, but it's downstairs. I have to check it out. But I like their light coffees as well. So
Sumatra from
insane.
Pete's.
Anything by Pete's Coffee, yeah. So if you like light, like blondes, medium, like light blend, medium blend, or dark blend, whatever, try whatever ones you prefer, and oh man, you'll be surprised by Pete's. They're really good.
I will definitely have to check it out, and I'll get my fiance to check it out as well. Her favorite ice cream flavor is coffee, so she'll definitely let me know which one is her fave.
That's a good ice cream.
Definitely. Drew, what is your favorite food at a sporting event?
I think Chicago dogs.
Chicago dogs,
I think you
nice.
did say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I say?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you said that before. But
That
Wrigley.
and I was gonna say Cracker Jack's pretty good. And plus, you get that little like gift. And I know that it's gotten crappy, but my
It's
kids
just like
love
a piece of paper.
it. We used to get like tattoos and like little rings and stuff. And yeah,
True. My personal fave, I still love nachos, and there's ballpark nachos over at what was US Cellular Field, now called Guaranteed Rate Field. I am not a Sox or Cubs fan by any means. I am always a hockey fan. So baseball has never been my thing, but holy shit, the food is amazing. And yeah, I will always start my day with their nachos. And there's a restaurant like right outside of the Sox place. It's technically in the field. So I can go with what Jimmy was saying, like that restaurant that's like right next to it. The nachos there, amazing. I had the whole bowl by myself with the black beans and everything. And I hate black beans.
Is that really what the field's called? Guaranteed Rate Field?
Yeah, isn't that stupid?
Damn.
Like,
Gotta
how
be
do you
an
run out
anchor
of
shot,
ideas and agree to that? Like, someone's like, yeah, that's really catchy. The rate's never guaranteed, though. I'll tell you that. All right, my next question for you guys: physical media or streaming?
Oh,
To
like
go for
reference?
music or movies.
Like, do you mean would you rather buy a physical copy of something or just stream it?
Physical copy for sure, me personally, but it's just not really a thing anymore. I know that like bands are coming out with like their vinyl records and their cassette. I think cassette tapes are kind of cool. That was my childhood, cassette tapes. But I don't even own a CD player anymore, I don't think.
What about your car?
Better question: what year is your car?
2011.
Yeah, it'll have a CD player.
It probably does. but I don't own a
I keep
CD.
hearing that from people. It probably does. I'm like, you've never looked.
Yeah, I don't
For
pay attention to it. It's funny when you don't use something, you just don't pay attention to it.
I've
for
been in
me,
there. There's a CD player.
yeah, for me, I mostly stream, but when I really love an album, I will buy the actual CD and I will play it in my car because the audio quality of a CD is just phenomenally better than streaming it from your phone, whether it's Spotify or Apple Music. It just sounds sonically so much better.
You're damn
So
right,
yeah,
bro. I'm with you
yeah.
there.
So I
I
do buy CDs still.
I got towers
Yeah,
of CDs next to me right now, so I can say that I'm on track with you there. I love the sound of a CD in the car.
they
Yeah,
sound
dude,
so much better.
this is like a side tangent, but like that's always infuriated me like how come we can stream 4K on YouTube now, but we can't like have the option to stream a WAV file or like a large audio file.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully it
I
gets
know.
better. It's
I
Spotify
think
is not.
Apple's trying to come up with a better streaming. Like they have this new thing called lossless, and then they're also mixing in Dolby Digital,
I will
Atmos.
say I will say this. I have both Spotify app and Apple Music. Apple Music does sound better than Spotify. At
Oh,
least with my phone, because I do have an
Yeah.
Apple phone. So I don't know if it's just tailored because I have an Apple phone or if it's just sonically better in general. I don't
Uh,
know.
it's
But I do
better.
have an
No,
iPhone.
Apple's making it better on purpose, and they're
Mm,
starting to mix stuff in surround sound. So they're trying to make that like so
mm,
that everybody has to go to Apple because
yeah.
they make everything better.
it's better. Yeah, it really
Yeah.
does sound better
Darn.
Yeah,
drastically.
Apple Music, Deezer, and Tidal all stream in the same kilobytes as a CD does. Spotify does not.
Oh, that's the
Makes
difference.
sense. But everyone uses Spotify.
I know it's crazy, right?
It really is. Yeah.
And Spotify is growing still, even though
I
they're
know.
a little bit behind Apple. Apple is, yeah, always constantly innovating. But I personally, I would pick Spotify at this point, just because I think I've spent more time on there. Also, I like the podcast not having to leave the app to
That's
go to a
true.
different app. I like having it available. Also, my podcast comes up and you can play the video or you can listen to the audio with your screen off, as opposed to YouTube where you have to have the screen on the whole time, wasting your battery. So that's a great feature. And I don't know if everyone's using that, but yeah, you can upload MP4s on the Spotify. It's pretty sick.
Spotify does have its perks. That's why I don't delete it.
I will never delete it either. I feel like I'm gonna keep the subscription for life. I'll have my great grandkids paying for it
With their student accounts.
with their student accounts. Yes, we actually got a duo account. Me and my fiance's brother. We've been working on that for a long time, and I think it's only $12.99. And I don't want to shout out Spotify or anything, but if you want to sponsor me, Spotify, please, I would
Hey,
love it.
dude, that would be a great sponsor for you. So
Oh,
yeah.
totally. And I would give them constant shout outs every day, every night. What is your guilty pleasure genre?
Pleasure genre.
Yeah, like
I
some
don't-
What do you
people,
mean by that?
some people like look through their music collection and they're like, yeah, I'm a metalhead, but sometimes I listen to Britney Spears.
Something you'd feel like shameful about like admitting, I guess. Yeah.
I guess, yeah, if you have like a personal connection to something that nobody would expect.
That's more of like a
Um,
artist thing, though, not really a genre. Because like, is there really a bad genre as a whole?
Very true, very true.
There's really not. Yeah, even pop is good. It's
Yeah.
pop for a reason. Yeah, I love pop.
I've found myself having Bieber fever here and there. Justin Bieber, he has a great voice.
He does.
Mhm.
And some of his songs are stinking catchy, man. And my wife listens to it, and like all the my sisters and my nieces and stuff. So
You got
it was
Bieber
always
fever.
around. And so one day I was at home.
Mm.
I think it was, I don't know, a rainy day, bored, and I popped in one of his newer albums, and I thought it was pretty good. He does some pretty sweet stuff with his voice. So I would
So
say
would you
that's
say you're a believer?
I'm a believer. I'm a believer.
I was gonna say, what era of Justin Bieber are you into? But you answered it as the most recent one. Okay. Because I
He's
was
better
like,
now. I
with the
agree.
baby song.
I don't think that's my favorite one. I think I gotta look at it now. Justin Bieber. I think I like the one with intentions.
Okay,
Changes. Yeah.
you
I think
like that
changes.
album?
I liked that one.
I shredded that on YouTube.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but I was not into pop that year. Anybody that came out with it, like that I knew of, I was like, "Oh, I'm going to talk about this very nicely." And then I listened to the album, and I was like, "Total shit! No one needs to hear this ever." I'll send you that. You'll be like, "Wow,
Yeah.
wow! Look at this side of Dan."
great.
But yeah,
And of course I picked that one.
no, it's a good album. I liked his most recent one though, with "Stay" on it. I understand the TikTok fame from that song and like how catchy it is, but the album as a whole, I think I gave it like an 8 out of 10, and I was very impressed with a lot of the arrangements. He didn't go pop punk though, so I'm waiting for his transition with Travis Barker so that Travis Barker can have 147 artists on his.
That would be amazing.
He has 146.
That's what I'm guessing at this point. He's probably
Oh, okay.
showing up, exaggerating, of course, but he's
Okay.
he's constantly working with everybody. You
He has
can't
his
see
own
him.
label now too. DTA.
Damn.
He's
Don't
massive.
trust
Avril
anyone.
Lavigne,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
He's
Avril Lavigne
signed
and
her and
other artists.
MGK.
Yeah. Seems like a cool label.
Hell
No, that Bieber album is Justice, right?
Yes.
Is that what it's called? That
Yeah, the
one
newest
was
one.
really good too. He like got into like soul music kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought that was a great album too, for sure. I want to hear the other funny artists that these guys listen to. What do you listen to, Justin?
Man, for me, dude, I don't know if it's guilty pleasure, but I mean, dude, I like Duran Duran. I'm a huge Duran Duran fan. I like 80s Oingo Boingo, Duran Duran. Uh, I listen to a lot of Drake, Lil Wayne. I listen to those artists, but that to me, that's not a guilty pleasure. I just like it and
Yep.
whatever.
I'm gonna have to rephrase the question, I think.
Yeah, guilty pleasure, dude. I guess like I will never like if someone plays that Backstreet Boys song like I Want It That Way. What it was I Want It That Way? Is that what it is?
Yep.
Dude, I vibe with that song. To me, that's a fun one because it reminds me of my child. I was like a little kid. I remember hearing that.
Have you heard eBay by Weird Al?
No, I do like Weird Al though, but I haven't heard eBay.
That's the that's the parody of I Want It That Way.
That's funny. I gotta hear this.
Yeah,
I'll check it out.
pretty great. And Jimmy.
But yeah, like Justin said, like I don't know if it's necessarily guilty pleasure, but the closest thing to it would be I've always really liked Miley Cyrus and Ariana Grande.
Yeah, dude, they're good. Who cares?
Yeah,
Damn good
I've always
music.
liked them. They're really good. You know what
Yeah.
though? The craziest reaction I've got, maybe this is guilty pleasure, because the craziest reaction where every time I've showed people this album, they're just like, "What am I listening to?" And I love it. It's Mr. Bungle. You know, Mike Patton's band.
No.
I don't know that either.
Okay, so Mike Patton's the singer of Faith No More.
Okay.
Hmm.
Is it
so
like
he has a side project called Mr. Bungle, and you'd be surprised how many people are influenced by Mr. Bungle and Faith No More. Corey Taylor and Spencer from Periphery. Mike Patton is their favorite vocalist of all time.
what?
What kind of music is his side project?
Oh my god, I'll send you the album, dude. It's like
Yeah.
it's the most experimental. Like I can't believe it was out before I was born. Like it's the weirdest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Interesting. I want to hear
Like,
this.
It's
is it,
beyond progressive. It's just weird, but it's really good, honestly.
is it like metal-ish or
Pop.
It kinda. It's like
There's like Moby.
it's like I really can't describe it. Anyone listening to this, like, do yourself a favor and check that out if you just want to hear something new. It's I can't describe the genre. There's too many in there.
Gotcha.
Jimmy can't describe it? I gotta listen to it.
Yeah, that's probably the best advice that you can give somebody is I can't describe it. Go listen to it yourself.
Well,
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
All right. And for me, I could say that my guilty pleasure as a kid, I was bullied for liking this, but it actually helped me get out of my shell. High School Musical. I loved the soundtrack for the first movie.
Damn.
Yep. And I started singing, and that's what had the girls surrounding me. And then the guys were like, hey, this Dan guy isn't so bad after all. Look at him picking up chicks and
Getting all the
stuff.
chicks.
Oh, dude. Speaking of like, since you're going there, actually, I just remembered. You know who my first crush was? And I listened
Vanessa
to her because
Hudgens?
I loved her so much. No, Christina Aguilera.
Oh, okay.
That was
Okay.
my first crush growing up. I'm like, what? Who is that? I asked my mom, like, who is that girl in TRL right now playing? She's like, oh, that's Christina Aguilera. I'm like, I like her.
Dude, I'm
I
so
like her
glad
a
you
lot.
brought up
I liked looking at
TRL.
her. Yeah,
TRL, man,
Good times.
for sure.
What's your favorite Christina song? Now I have to go through this.
oh man. Probably the first one I ever watched, Genie in a Bottle. For
Genie.
me, it
Hell-
just takes me back, dude. Like that's
Yes.
the one where I fell in love with her. I'm like, that's my imaginary wife, you know. At the time.
I had a crush on her until she had the nose piercing. I think that they had
Uh.
like the edgy Christina stage.
Oh, the
yeah.
dirty Christina.
dirty.
Stage. She
That's
looked
it.
Oh, yeah.
like, didn't she like dye her half of her hair black or something? It was like bleach blonde and black, and it looked like she just like walked through a big mud puddle.
I think she did have a face like that. I don't remember
Yeah.
exactly what song, but I remember that era.
And she was like extremely skinny, like anorexic skinny.
She
at that
was.
moment.
I like her better now. She looks good now.
She's a little bit thicker.
Healthy.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, very.
Healthy.
But she has an incredible voice, so I don't blame you at all for liking her. And she
Mhm.
like really influenced Ariana Grande. So
Oh,
anyone
she's
that loves
gorgeous, too.
Ariana, yeah.
I can hear
Yeah.
that for sure.
All right. So the final question is, how do we support you? You guys are an incredible band. You deserve all the respect in the world, and you're super fun dudes. What is your social media? What is your website? How can we help?
So we're most active on Instagram right now. If you go to @Ancira Band, and that's ANCIRA, there you go, right there.
Nice.
Follow us on Spotify, and just tell your friends and family if you like our tunes. Just talk about us. That's all you got to do. And then if we're in town on a show, we'd love for you to come over and hang out.
Yeah, invite your friends too. Friends, family, come out to watch us, and would be happy to meet you guys as well.
All right. That
of mouth.
was Ancira with the incredible guys, Justin, Jimmy, and Drew of the band. We will have Steven in the next episode. Thanks again for watching. Have an awesome day and stay safe out there. Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to the Media Man Dan podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to like and subscribe. Thanks for listening. Have an awesome day and stay safe out there. Peace.